The tragic loss of Buffy's mother brought family and friends together in an episode TV guide called One of the Finest Hours of Television Ever.
Mommy.
2 weeks from tonight,
and give her peace.
remembrance of things past will break their innocence and shake their faith.
I have to do these things because when I stop, she's really gone.
David Boreanaz returns, a special all-new Buffy, in 2 weeks on the WB's New Tuesday. The tragic loss of Buffy's mother brought family and friends together in an episode TV guide called One of the Finest Hours of Television Ever.
Mommy.
Now,
and give her peace.
remembrance of things past will break their innocence and shake their faith.
I have to do these things because when I stop, she's really gone.
David Boreanaz returns, a special all-new Buffy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Slade, the Buffyverse Revisited. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Jeremy.
I'm your other host, James.
And this week, we will be disco dancing into Season 5, Episode 17, Forever.
We will be doing
Forever.
Forever.
James, what's up, man? Long time no see. How are you? What's new? And, those things.
No, nothing new. Everything's the same. Everything's all right. Same old. How about you?
Everything's gonna be all right. Same as you. Same old.
Same old.
My little cold is still, it's just bothering my voice and stuff, but other than that, I'm right as the rain.
Well, that's good. Well, then stop crying about it, okay?
Okay. All right. Will do.
No, I'm sorry to hear that that's still giving you some trouble. But,
You should be sorry, quite frankly.
I mean, I'm not the one that got you sick, so.
Aren't you, though? I get sick every time I'm on here with you and have to see you.
I did give you the AIDS, so.
You did. We all know that. There's no denying that.
Jeremy.
Yes, sir?
Would you like some dates and deets?
Nah, fuck it. Let's just jump right in.
Okay. So we open. As previously stated, we will be disco dancing into Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 5, our 17th episode, the 95th episode of the series overall, Forever. Written and directed by Marty Noxon. Our original broadcast date was April 7th, 2001 on the now defunct WB network. Our stars, as always, include Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy, Nicholas Brendan as Xander, Allison Hannigan as Willow, Emma Caulfield as Anya, Michelle Trachtenberg as Dawn, James Marsters as Spike, and Anthony Stewart Head as Giles. Our guest stars this week include Claire Kramer as Glory, Charlie Webb as Ben, Troy T. Blundell as Jinx, Amber Benson as Tara, Joel Gray as Doc, Todd Duffy as Merc, and David Boreanaz as Angel. What?
Who? I don't. No. Too early.
It's too early. It's not time yet.
No.
It's not time yet.
No.
Not. Damn it, Jeremy. You premature ejaculation.
Yep. I'm known for that. What? Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
Daddy.
Whoa. How many times has that been inside your anus?
Never. It's never been inside my anus.
Sure. Never, as in just a few experimental times.
Just that one time when I had to go to the hospital.
Just when I first got it, and then a few months later.
just when they had to Richard Gere it out of my.
Wow.
Wow. For anybody that doesn't understand that reference, feel free to Google Richard Gere gerbil.
As far as I know, that's completely untrue and an old internet legend.
Yeah, that's what they say, but whatever.
But it's Richard Gere, so clearly it's true.
Richard Gere, of course, it's true. I mean, come on.
Right.
Our Nielsen rating for this week. Where did it go? I had it right here. Oh, here we go. 2.7. Ranking
Wow.
it 80. Yeah. Ranking it 89 out of the 132 primetime shows airing across network television that week, and 5 out of the 17 primetime shows airing on the WB for that week. My synopsis for this episode reads, God, talk about burying the lead. Angel rushes back to Sunnydale to console a grieving Buffy, and Dawn tries to bring her mother back from the dead by performing a spell.
Yeah, but in fairness, on IMDb, the photo, there's always a photo for each episode, and it's of fucking Angel and Buffy sitting in the graveyard like chilling. I'm like, really, guys, really? But mine reads, with some help from Spike, Dawn attempts to bring Joyce back from the dead.
Okay.
It's accurate, but it's a little anemic.
It is a little anemic. Yeah. So we open and we are at the funeral home, and Buffy picks out Joyce's casket, and
which
Dawn.
I mean, did it? I don't listen. I've had to do this before, so did it seem like she picked like it was pretty damn quick?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, that one's fine. I don't care. Just put her carcass in there and let's get this on the road.
In fact, when I started to talk about the cold open, I was very close to throwing in there that Buffy very quickly picks out Dawn's casket, or Joyce's casket.
Dawn's casket.
Dawn's casket.
Yeah, so it's like she's just looking at the price tag. She's like, oh, no. She goes to the next one. Like, no. And she goes to the next one. She's like, let's see, this is made of balsa wood and cardboard. Okay, yeah, this will work.
Do you have anything in a paper mache? So my dad was cremated, so I didn't have to worry about any of this kind of stuff. He's just in a nice mahogany box.
Yeah.
On a shelf.
Yeah, well, you're godless heathen, so.
My mom says she wants to be buried up in Michigan, like next to my grandparents, and I'm like, you're going to be dead. You're not going to have any idea what I'm going to do with you.
Right? Yeah. I could just set you up like on a street corner, just standing there, and put like a sign around your neck that says "Alms for the Poor."
Right. I'm like, I'm not like, I don't know. Of course, and then like my family, my aunts, they get all upset. They're like, it's her last wishes. You have to honor it. I'm like, or I could just cremate her and throw her in the same box with my dad.
Yeah. Or I could pour them both together into an ashtray.
Right.
You know, one of those 70s like giant fucking glass ashtrays.
Right.
You know? Fuck it.
Right.
Fuck it.
See what happens. Maybe I'll get another sibling. Wait. That's not how it works.
No, I don't think it works that way.
No, that's not how it works. So anyway, Dawn expresses some concern about whether or not Joyce would be satisfied with the chosen casket, since it's going to be her new home forever. And that's actually pretty much our cold open. Buffy's pretty much like, I made my choice and that's that. And her and
she's like, what's the matter, Dawn? You don't like it? And Dawn's like, well, not that. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much.
No, you're right. Right.
And then Buffy's like, well, you shouldn't have come. And Dawn's like, fuck you, bitch. She's my mom, too. And then it was a weird exchange, I thought.
Yeah. But yeah, so Buffy and Giles and the funeral director all walk out, and they just leave Dawn standing there staring at the coffin.
Yeah.
And she, like, no, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say something stupid. I was just going to say she's just like, I wonder if I could fit Buffy in one of these.
Wonder if Buffy, she's tiny. We could probably get her a child-sized coffin.
Yeah.
I don't like. I get like Dawn just lost her mother, and like these are the kind of things like I guess most people worry about. But at the same time, it's like, who cares if Joyce would have liked it? She's dead. It's not like she's gonna fucking know.
Yeah. Just FYI, you're having some static issues through your mic.
Am I?
Maybe it's peaking. Maybe it's too high. I'm not sure, but
Up too high. All right.
I'm just guessing. I could be completely wrong, but I've never heard it before, so I'm sure our listeners at home are screaming and cussing as we speak.
Right. I'm sure, because they're all fucking audio files, I bet.
Yeah, they are. So anyway, okay. So later on, we're back at the Summers home, and the gang is having dinner and discussing future plans for how they're going to kill Dawn. Because, by the way, it wasn't in last episode, unless you watched the Euro minutes, but they've decided to kill Dawn to stop Glory. All you got to do is fucking break this bitch's neck, and boom, problem solved. That's all I'm saying. So Buffy mentions that she still hasn't heard from her father, which is, I mean, it's not surprising. We have given Joyce so much shit from day one of this show. I mean, we made her a streetwalker. We destroy her constantly, and yet
we have very rarely, if ever, mentioned what a piece of shit father Hank Summers is. Is my microphone sounding any better now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So we've seen him. Correct me if I'm wrong. Once, right, in one episode. That I can recall.
Yeah, I think he only showed up in one episode, and he'll be, spoiler alert, we do see him in one of the upcoming episodes.
Yeah, but he's quickly murdered and set on fire.
Yeah, but yeah, the only time we ever talk about what a shit father Hank Summers is when the show addresses what a shit father Hank Summers is.
Yeah, and now I feel like a misogynistic prick because we've given Joyce so much shit over the years, and yet we've given a free pass to this literal deadbeat dad.
Right.
Literally a deadbeat. Like, he's off in Spain. He gave him a fucking number that doesn't even fucking work. He's with some slut from work who's like Buffy's age. And this has pretty much been Hank Summers' MO from day one. So I think it's time that we apologize to the corpse of Joyce, and we recommit ourselves henceforth to make sure that at least once per episode we take a shit on Hank Summers' chest.
Okay.
We're going then full Asian.
Then let's make it formal. And listen, Joyce, we wholeheartedly apologize for continually ragging on you for being a shit mother, when in actuality it should have been Hank Summers that we were shitting on the entire time.
Yes,
for being
at least Mama Summers was there,
right?
And well, occasionally, and was trying to be a mother,
right?
Whereas old Henry Lee Summers was doing absolutely everybody in the office and nothing to be a father.
Exactly.
So Hank,
Joyce,
this one goes to you, buddy, right fucking here. You can
and
eat
Joyce,
all of our
Joyce?
ass.
we're sorry. We're sorry, Joyce.
R.I.P. Joyce.
R.I.P. And fuck you, Hank.
Yeah. Hey, Hank, you can eat all of our entire ass with
The collective asses.
spoon. So, then Dawn gets pissy because this is kind of dickish. At first, I was like, "Oh, shut up, Dawn," but then I was like, "Well, I don't know. I think that would piss me off too, probably." Uh, uh, Buffy mentions, well, she doesn't want to have a wake or anything like that, and fucking Dawn's like, well, how the fuck do you know? And she's like, well, we discussed her plans before she went into surgery, in case she didn't make it. And Dawn's like, wow, guys, really? Because no one invited old Dawny to the conversation. And then Buffy's all like, yeah, but you're not a real person. And Dawn's like, wow, bitch.
Right.
And
Buffy's all like, you're just energy, like in human shape. You're not even real. So why would mom
that has to live here, okay?
Right. So why would mom talk to you about anything important?
Yeah, she's like, you're just a golem that has to live here, so why don't you just trudge up to your room with your hump back and go up there and be quiet, okay?
Right.
No, but I was like, yeah, okay, I can see where that could be. Yeah, that could ruffle your feathers.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be pissed too.
That can grind the old gears.
It can burn the testicles. I don't know.
It can chap just the ring of your asshole.
Just the ring.
Yep, just the O-ring.
Just yeah.
So she also asks Willow, or no, she asks Tara if she can come to their place after the funeral the next day.
Yeah.
They seem rather reluctant, which I don't know, I wasn't able to put my finger on, like, why are they being so reluctant about this? But
I think it boils down to, they're probably they probably feel like Dawn's place is probably better there with Buffy in the immediate aftermath of the funeral, like family.
I figured they had plans to have loud, boisterous lesbian sex, and that having Dawn there would crimp that style.
Let's be honest. Do either of them seem like they partake in loud, boisterous sex?
That's the thing, is they're undercover sluts.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
They're ladies in the streets, right?
Uh-huh.
Freaks in the sheets. So
okay.
Yep.
No, I honestly just took it as them, trying to be courteous of the fact that, Buffy might want that to be like family time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
keep Dawn close in the aftermath of the funeral.
Then Dawn asks Buffy if she can, and Buffy's like, yeah, that's fine. And
yeah, please fuck all the way off.
Yeah. By the way, if you go over there, could you not come back ever?
Right.
And Dawn's like, wow, this is just, you know what? I'm not part of this family anymore. Okay.
I'm done.
I'm done. I'm done with all of you except Tara and Willow. So yeah, so she does ask her, and Buffy does say yes. So that's now a plan. And now, as Willow and Xander are leaving, they get outside onto the sidewalk, and who shows up but old Spiky? And he's got a bouquet of flowers. And Xander goes to his immediate dickhead mode, which we've seen him be this way. Like, I'm not saying it's not deserved with Spike at this point in time. But I'm saying, like, we have seen this so many times with Xander. Any guy that, you know, that has anything to do with Buffy or whatever, then he just goes dickhead mode because, well, he's a jealous fucking rapist. But
Right.
so he goes full dickhead mode, and Spike's like, you know what? And I like how he grabs Spike by the shirt, and he's like, blah, 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 or whatever. And I'm thinking, oh, if he didn't have that chip, dude, he would punch you all the way to death. And
Like, yeah, he would put his fist right through your sternum.
yes, and we would all cheer. But anyway, he's like, oh, fuck you, you're not doing. And Spike is like, listen, this ain't about Buffy. Or he's like, this is for Joyce, because he liked her because she was nice to him and she never treated him like a freak. And of course, Xander continues to berate him and put him down and blah, blah, blah. So Spike's like, you know what? I don't need this. Fuck you over here. And he drops the flowers and leaves. And Willow picks him up and she's like, hey, Xander. Hey, Xander. He didn't even leave a card. So he was being genuine, you mouthy fucking dick face.
Yeah, he was dropping these flowers off anonymously, just solely to pay his respects to Joyce.
Right.
And I really like this scene, and it's because of that, and it kind of harkens back to something I said a few episodes ago about, like, it was something that was small throughout these seasons, but the relationship between Spike and Joyce was always, like, amusing and just like a fun little side thing, like they just got along, and even before he had the chip.
Well, I mean, in fairness, he had been a customer of hers for a number of years. And so they did have a pre-existing relationship.
Right. Which explains why his sudden obsession with Buffy. He was like, damn, if Mama can put it on that good, what can the younger version do? You know what I mean?
We're going to hell.
We're going to hell, yeah. But no, I like this scene. It was there's a cacophony of scenes this season that really make you feel for Spike as a character, and it's weird to watch, even rewatch it, because, like, there's clear times where
even to revisit it,
to revisit, because, like, there's clear scenes like Crush a few episodes back where, like, he fucking chains Buffy up in his fucking crawl space and is basically like, tell me you love me or I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So, like, it's obvious, like, they make it very obvious that Spike still isn't a good person by any means, you know, but then they sprinkle in these little scenes where you're just like, oh man, I feel for this poor bastard a little bit.
You know, I think he's an amazingly good person considering he does not have a soul. So
he's got a chip.
Yeah, but all the chip does is makes him not be able to eat people. I'm saying for somebody who literally has no soul at all, like, okay, we have seen Angelus without a soul. That motherfucker loses a soul. He goes from fucking, Don Juan to fucking straight up fucking Jeffrey Dahmer. Right. So I would say relatively comparably, Spike's not too bad.
And I will say, and I kind of touched on it before, like, even before Spike had the chip, like, he had that
same level of evil as Angel.
Right. And, like, he had that, like, there were times where, like, I don't know that he ever would have actually hurt Joyce.
Yeah.
Despite threatening to do so pre-chip. Like, right. I think they just had, like this scene says, I think he always genuinely liked her for some reason.
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
Yep. Agreed. So the next day, they feed Joyce through the wood chipper. I'm sorry, they bury Joyce. And there's the big graveside thing and blah, blah, blah. And I gotta say, dude, Michelle Trachtenberg was not doing a very believable good job in this scene. I know she was young at the time.
She kind of just had scrunchy face as opposed to cry
Yeah.
face.
And she was just like, put her face on Buffy's shoulder, and I was like, but listen, she was young. I'm not gonna sit here and break her balls about it, especially since she's fucking worm food now. But
That's very kind of you.
isn't it though? So yeah, they do the whole burial thing, and then Tara comes up to everybody pretty much leaves, and then Tara comes up to Buff, and she's like, "So we're gonna blow this fucking wake. We got lesbian things to do back at the crib, and
we're taking your sister with us.
We're taking your what is she? 14-year-old sister with us. We're gonna teach her the ways of the lesbianism. No, she's like, we're gonna go, and do you want us to go ahead and take Dawn, now, or do you want us to just fuck off without her?" And Buffy's like, "No, go ahead, take her. She's not real." So Tara's like, she's like, "We can wait, for you if you want us to." And Buffy's like, "No, it's fine. I'm fine. We're fine. Everybody's fine.
Everything's fine. It's fine."
Yeah. So they leave with Dawn, and so Buffy stands there for approximately the next 6.5 hours without moving. Because it goes from day to night, as the camera sort of kind of pans around her, and then someone shows up next to her, and you hear the voice of all voices, and that is so creepy when that happens. I don't know why. It's Angel. Yes, it's Angel. He's back.
Daddy's back.
He is back full time on this show from here on. No, he's not.
From here on, pulling double duty on Buffy and leading his own show.
Yeah. So he says, "I'm sorry I couldn't have been here sooner." And she's like, Yeah. Like, why couldn't you be?
He's like, I'm sorry. I was busy firing my entire crew and lighting Darla and
Darla and Drusilla on fire.
Drusilla on fire and letting them slaughter a room full of lawyers.
Right. And then I masturbated. Now I'm here.
And I masturbated, and now I'm here.
So
I knew I had to rub one out before I got here. Otherwise, we would probably
the whole Angelus thing again at all. So yeah, they start holding hands, and it's like you hear that tiny. Oh no, you don't hear it yet. I'll bring it up when you do though, but you don't hear it yet. So then we cut up back to Willow and Tara, who are at their enormous fucking. I hadn't realized this before. Whose dorm room is this? Is this Tara's or Willow's, or is it their shared one now?
It's their shared one.
It is fucking enormous. They've got like a California king in this bitch, and still insane amounts of room. Like, it's crazy big. So they're in her. They're they're in their dorm, and they're trying to cheer up Dawn, who's being a righteous little bitch. And at one point, after trying to talk some sense into this little fucking shit bag, she's like, they're like, we do whatever we can to help, anything at all, anything. Dawn, look at us. Anything. Okay. And Dawn's like, okay, I know what I want to do then. I want to do a spell and bring my mom back. And they're like, well, anything except that. And then she's like, wow. But yeah, she wants to pull a spell to bring mom back. And they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. If
And
we're doing that for anybody, we're waiting and we're going to do it for Buffy.
Right.
And they're like, what?
I really liked Tara in this scene.
But it wasn't, yeah. It seemed very un-Tara-like to me.
Well, so I didn't think so, because I think this is what they're trying to do with the character now that they've realized we've got this whole other character that we've been underutilizing.
Which they are known to do.
Right. So no, I liked it. I mean, I liked it.
Because Tara tries to tell her, like, straight up, she's like, no, first of all, we don't know how to do it. Second of all, all Wiccans took an oath, millennia ago to never mess with the forces of,
right,
life and death and the natural order of things and blah, blah, blah. And so Dawn's like, oh, well, then that means it can be done, or they wouldn't have taken oath. And Tara's like, oh my God, you're fucking so 14. Fuck.
Right.
And
because
basically,
initially at first, Willow's like, yeah, okay, yeah, let's do this. And then Tara's like, no, like, I think that's why I like it, because we're starting to see this dichotomy between where Willow is in witchcraft. And even though she's more powerful than Tara,
mm-hmm.
I think Tara is more experienced, more grounded, and at the same time more experienced with this stuff.
Yeah, like Willow is like an untrained Jedi.
Right. Yes.
And like Tara's like a Jedi Knight who's like, yeah, you're more powerful than me by far. It's like Obi-Wan and Anakin, Right.
Yes.
And Obi-Wan's like, yeah, you're way more the fuck powerful than me and all these things, but I have, like, listen, I know some shit, okay?
I've got the fucking high ground.
And I have the fucking high ground, so don't fucking do it.
Right.
Because remember,
I hate you!
It's not just your legs and your arm that are going to come off. It's also your penis. Yep. So, So they talk her down. And what does she do? Throws a fit and pouts. And
literally throws herself on the ground.
Yes,
and
back
goes
on her
to
little
sleep.
pallet. Back on her little pallet. And, Willow goes over to try to like, Dawn, come on, don't be a cunt. And Dawn does the little the little thing where she turns and faces the other direction, like, eh.
Yeah.
And then Willow's like, I can't wait to get rid of her tomorrow. And
it's like, she's not even fucking real.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Willow pulls out a wand and she's like, Avada Kedavra! And just
Avada Kedavra!
Just kills her. She's dead.
Just dead.
She's like Hogwarts up in this piece, bitch. And so then we cut to Xander's apartmento. And Anya has just finished riding him like Seabiscuit. And they're both panting. And Xander's cross-eyed and drooling. And they're talking. And she's just realizing like she has the ability to create life and make life and do all these things. And he's like, what? Do. She's like, oh, don't worry. I don't want to create life with you because you're a loser and an idiot. She's like, I just realized that I can. And that's pretty much that scene. Like, there's really not anything else to that scene other than like Anya's. It's basically just to show Anya for the first time as a human realizing, oh, I can create life. And I'm like, I don't know, Anya, can you? Have you been to your OBGYN? You might not be able to.
Yeah,
just saying.
Yeah, she's basically like, I realized I can create life, and thinking about that, makes boinking means something more and deaths seem a little less sad. And I was like, all right, well,
Does it?
if you're thinking about death while you're having sex, something's probably wrong.
Yeah, you might want to look into being checked in somewhere. Then we cut back to the cemetery with a Buffy and Angel. And what's going on there, James?
I thought you wanted to talk about this.
I'll bring it up.
Oh, okay. They're sitting at Joyce's the side of Joyce's grave, kind of leaned up, propped up against a tree trunk, and
Angel just finished pissing into it, which is because he's like shaking it off, and putting it in.
He's like, sorry, Buster, long trip from LA.
Yeah, he's like, here's what I think about you, fucking bitch. And Joyce is like in her coffin going, wow, really?
Wow. No, and she's going through all the emotions that one goes through after losing, someone.
An absentee parent, yeah.
I thought we weren't going to do that anymore.
That's true. Well, I'm saying she's having all the emotions about her father.
Oh.
Yeah. See how I got out of that?
Yeah, not well, that's how.
What?
So yeah, she's, talking that all through with him, and she's lamenting how she wasn't more useful, and she keeps thinking that, if she had gotten there, just 5 minutes sooner, maybe your mom would still be alive, and, she doesn't know what to do now that she doesn't have like the funeral and everything to focus on. And Angel tries to comfort her and reassures her that, it's not her fault that her mom died. And, even the paramedics and the coroner told her that it wouldn't have made a difference. And, he says that even though she doesn't feel like it now, she's strong and she'll figure out, how to move forward, from here. And he tells her that, he can stay as long as she needs him to. And she says, how about forever? And they look at each other, and she's like, I forget, he responds somehow. I forget what he says, but basically it's like, if that's what you need.
She goes, well, that wouldn't be a good idea.
Well, yeah, she's like, how about forever? And then they look at each other, and she's like, that wouldn't be a good idea. She's like, I'm pretty needy right now. And he's like,
perfect.
Kind of. He's like, well, let me worry about the needy. And then they start to.
And then we hear the Buffy and Angel theme.
Man, that I know you're dead inside, but that always gets to me, man.
Oh, it gets me too. I'm like, oh, there it is. Oh, ah. But because we heard it because the last time we heard it was that episode from Angel season 1 where he becomes human for a day. And
I will remember you.
Yeah. I will remember
you. So she leans.
Remember. Oh, sorry.
So she leans in and they kiss, and it starts out, innocent enough for a kiss at first, and then it gets a little hot.
He's knuckle deep, and it's fucking wild.
And it starts to get a little more intense, and they break the kiss, and and Buffy is like, see, it's probably better if you go. And Angel apologizes.
He's like, God, do you know how long of a drive it is from LA to this little shitburg? He's like,
I'm not even gonna get any Slayer puss. Come on, bitch.
He's like, I've been here for like a half an hour and you're telling me to fuck off already. Why didn't I just text? I should have just texted.
He's like, I thought for your bitch of a mother died. I thought for sure I'd be able to get it in.
Yeah, he's like, I was positive that I was getting I was going to get my dick wet tonight, but apparently I need to stop and see who's working Joyce's old corner.
So Angel apologizes, for the kiss and whatnot. And, she reassures him that it's fine and that she's very grateful that he even came in the first place. And, he looks up to the sky and he says, and he's like,
there can be only one. What?
And then he cuts off her fucking head.
He cuts her fucking head off.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's crazy. It's wild.
No, she reassures him that, it's fine. And she's very grateful that he came. And she says that she didn't think she was going to be able to make it through the night. And Angel looks up at the night sky and he's like, well, we have a few more minutes before I have to leave. And she says like good, and she
don't want to, I got a few minutes. I'm just saying.
And
she said, give me a fucking hand job. It was a long drive.
She says good, and she nuzzles her head back into his chest, leaning against him, and they just sit there till the sun comes up, and he bursts into flames.
Angel bursts into flames and dies. Yep. She's such a selfish bitch.
Yeah.
He's like, don't you leave. Don't you leave.
Don't you leave. Don't you leave. I need you right now. And he's like, I'm literally on fire, Buffy. And she's like, I don't care. I need you.
And she's hugging him while he's burning.
Right.
He's like, this hurts more than anything I've ever felt.
He's like, this is so much worse than when you stabbed me through the heart and sent me to that hell dimension.
This is a pain on a level that I can't even begin to describe with the human language. And she's like,
it doesn't matter. You're here for me, and that's what's important. Comfort me.
Quit being a little bitch.
So then we cut outside to HIPAA violation memorial.
Yes, we do. Yes.
And Ben is approached by Jinx, one of Glory's scabby little minions. And
can I just say that I really like Jinx?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I really like this little...
Yeah, you can say it. No one cares, but you can say it.
Okay, all right.
No, I like Jinx too. Of the minions we've been introduced to, I like him the
best.
So he tells Ben that Glory's aware that he had made a date with the Slayer, and basically encourages him to follow through with it so that he can get information about the key from the Slayer. And Ben, of course, says there's no way in hell that he's going to help Glory, and he's tired of her games. But he slips up, and he says, I would never do that to an innocent... I
would never tell her that Buffy's little sister is the key. That's insane. I would never tell her.
Right. No, he does. He slips up, and he's like, I would never do that to an innocent. And he almost immediately realizes what he says. At the same time that Jinx realizes what he said and comes to the conclusion that the key must be human. And Ben, not wanting Jinx to take this back to Glory, fucking stabs him with his own knife
off his own little rope belt,
and fucking stabs him right in the gut. Yeah,
but doesn't do a good job.
No. So then we cut to the next day, and Willow and Tara are leaving for class. And Willow has a little back and forth with Dawn, and where Dawn is still being an angsty 14-year-old. What? Understandably, her mom did just die. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but she's being angsty 14. Yes.
Okay.
But as they're leaving, Willow uses her magics to accidentally let a little book by the name of
How to resurrect
Bunham's,
dead mother.
right, How to Resurrect Your Dead Mother in 4 Easy Steps.
And other delicious recipes.
And other delicious recipes. No, it's Bynum's History of Witchcraft. And, of course, Dawn notices it, and she gets up and grabs it, and she starts thumbing through it, and finds the section on resurrection spells. At which point she goes to the magic box and gets the ingredients or some of the ingredients that she needs, tricking Giles into telling her where the hardcore stuff is kept, which is
she's like, so where's all the hardcore porn at? And he's like, well, it's up there,
right up there.
up that ladder up there. And she's like, okay, so I can just walk up there then. And he's like, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you can, but you shouldn't because you're a child. And
right.
And then she's like, but I really want to see the chicks with dick stuff.
Right. That's what I've been looking forward to.
Right.
And he's like, well, I'm not going to get in the way of anybody's fucking good time. So, do what you need.
He's like, well, listen, I don't think that's right. And he's like, besides, you're not going to find it up there. I've got that all back at my place.
My office.
it's all back at my place.
It's all in my filing cabinet back at my house. Right. And she's like, and he's like, that's just Giles.
That's just Giles. Womp, 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 womp. So she sneaks up there and shoves some books into her backpack and some potions and whatnot, and then sneaks back down. And we cut to later that night where she's gathering some dirt from her mother's grave, and Spike catches her, and Dawn's like, oh, it's not what it looks like, and this, and Spike's like, he's basically like, oh no, it's exactly what it looks like, and I know exactly what you're up to, and I'm gonna help you. Yeah,
I like Joyce, so let's bring her back. Except I do want to make some modifications. We'll talk about them on the way to my place.
Right.
And Dawn's like, it's weird. Okay.
So then, and this is kind of a weird little scene. We cut to Giles, and he's in his apartment, and he's like got a glass of whiskey, and he's listening to that record that he and Joyce listened to way back in Band Candy.
Well, I think it's just to show that he still has those memories, and that he still kind of quietly, had a little thing for Joyce.
And like mourning her in his own way,
right? Which is to get shit faced drunk
and masturbate
to
the song they fuck to
while punching himself in the face.
Right? He's like, oh.
How'd that go again?
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that because I'm sure it was a sight to behold.
Yeah. What is the next? When they all see him next, they're like, Giles, what's wrong with your face? And he's like, don't ask. Like an ice pack up there.
But yeah, I still I get the point of the scene, but it was odd. It feels like it should have been in the previous episode.
Well, no, because I think there was too much going on there and he was like trying to help Buffy navigate the actual death and all. I think this was the right time.
You know what? That's
weird that it was such a short.
You know what? Now that you put it in that context, I get it more. I think it's less out of place because he was really right in the thick of things with Buffy regarding dealing with Joyce's death and planning the funeral. So this really is the first time that either of them have have had a time to like have a break and really like mourn Joyce being gone. Buffy choosing to do it by sitting with Angel, all night, and this is okay. Thank you.
It's just that Buffy gets like an insane amount of screen time, and Giles gets 11 seconds.
Right, but thank you for pointing that out. I think it is much less of an abrupt and weird scene to me now in that context. So it makes much more sense.
It's like he had only been home from the funeral for a while, and his tie, and he was just like, and he sat down in the chair, with the whiskey that he also uses as lubricant, and
right. He's like,
exactly like that. That's exactly how it went.
So Dawn, we cut back to Dawn and Spike, and she's basically like, "You're just trying to help me because you want to fuck my sister. Get the fuck out of here."
Yep.
And he's like, "It has nothing to do with me."
I do, but still.
Right. He's like, "Yeah, I definitely want to boff Buffy, but this has nothing to do with it. I'm gonna help you because I don't like seeing the Summers women take it so hard on the chin." When really he loves seeing them take it on the chin.
Unless I'm the one that's giving it onto the chin. But he's like, and listen, also I figure you're 14, your sister's fucking denying me right now. I might as well start grooming you. So 4 years from now, maybe I'll get a Summers girl.
Right.
Yeah.
The last one I had to pay for it, which isn't right.
Multiple
times. Your sister isn't giving it up for me anytime soon, so you're at bat.
So we're going to go ahead and start grooming, and in about 4 years or so, who knows? We're crazy kids. Who knows?
We're crazy kids, Donnie.
Yeah,
we're crazy kids, Niblet. We're crazy kids. So we cut to Glory's mansion, and Jinx shows up, bleeding profusely, holding his own intestines from getting.
He has his half of his large intestine wrapped around his arm, so that he doesn't fucking step on it.
And he informs Glory that the key is been put into a human form, and of course this makes Glory all kinds of giddy, and she says that it'll help narrow down the search for the key. And then we cut back to Spike and Dawn, and what are they up to, Jeremy?
Well, there's another fire in it. No, they go to visit this magic expert named Doc that Spike has heard of from somewhere. And he's a weird little creepy fucker. Kind of looks like the real life Jiminy Cricket.
He's, yeah. Okay, yes.
He kind of does.
All right, yeah.
And at one point, he's over at the bookshelf gathering. Once she tells him what she's wanting to do, at first he's like, "Yo, you don't want to go fucking with that stuff." And then he's like, "You know what? Fuck it. Who cares?" So he's gathering some supplies from various places in his little abode there, and he's over at one of his bookshelves at one point, and she sees like this tail or something underneath his fucking bathrobe, and she's like, "Oh, so it's like that, Jiminy." And he's like, "It's Doc, copyright." And
but also, let your conscience be your guide.
So then, like, there's so many people who are not going to get that. Anyway, so he ends up telling her, "Okay, so the biggest thing for this is a Gora demon egg. You'll have to get one of those." And then he explains everything else that she'll need and how to do it. And then he's like, and then, you got to be careful because sometimes they come back and they're not quite right, you know. And she's like, oh, okay, well, I don't care. And then Spike's like, well, where do we get the Gora demon egg? And he's like, oh, funny you should ask, because just right down the alley over here, there's a giant nest of them that no one seems to have ever noticed before, even though the opening is like 8 feet wide. And Spike's like, okay, cool, perfect. And so and then Dawn goes to pay Jiminy, Doc, and he's like, no, keep your money. If I wanted that, I'll just come to your house and steal it. No, he's like, I don't need that. And she's like, okay, well, thank you. And then they shake hands and his eyes turn completely black and then back to normal. And you're just like, what are they doing here? Like, are they just wanting us to know he's a demon? Why don't they just make him a demon? You know, I don't know. I wasn't real sure what was going on there. So then Spike and Dawn fuck off.
Well, we should also mention that, well, for one, I think the exchange between Doc and Spike when they first show up is pretty funny. Because Doc swears that he knows who Spike is.
Yeah, and he's like, aren't you the guy that's down at, well, how does he say that? Down at the where is it? The dock?
Corner Mart.
Yeah. And Spike's like,
he's like, no. And Doc's like, are you sure? Like, you're big into dominoes, aren't you? And Spike's like, no, not me.
but Spike looks at the camera and goes.
We should also mention that sensing some hesitation from Dawn, Doc does tell her that should she have any last minute reservations, she can end the spell by simply tearing the picture of her mother.
Or whatever they use as the visual representation of the person. Because it could be a painting also.
Sure.
God, use your fucking brain. So Spike and Dawn fuck off, and they walk 29.3 feet, and boom, there's this huge fucking. They're like in this alley, and there's this huge gaping hole or entrance in this wall that's got like all this weird demon shit growing all around. And I'm like, how has no one ever walked by this and been like, holy fuck, there are aliens or something, like we need to call the police, you know? But so they go on down and they see the nest and the eggs in the nest, and they see the demon, and Spike's got an axe, and he's like, well, I'll distract them. You grab the egg and then we'll fuck off. So he goes down there and he's like, hey, Gora demon bitch, raise up. And they start fisticuffing. And this thing's got 3 goddamn heads. And he's like, oh, I did not plan for that. So he offs himself to escape the pain of the beating that he's about to get. Leaves Dawn there. He's like, sorry, bitch, I'm out. No, but he starts hacking away at it. She sneaks up, grabs an egg, goes to run away. And she's like, Spike, come on. So then Spike runs after her, and like an idiot, she drops the egg and busts it. And it looks like a really nice big yolk. I was thinking, wow, that'd be a good omelet. But then he's like, oh my fucking God. And he's like, fuck it. We gotta go. And she's like, no, I must do it. So she runs back to the nest and tries to grab an egg, and the demon thing's got her cornered. So Spike's like, fuck me. So he goes running back over there and starts hacking at the demon again, and it knocks him down, and then it fucking gets a big clamps down on him. And I'm like, oh shit, Spike's about to get eaten. And she gets another egg and runs back to the exit. And she's like, Spike, come on. See, I'm helping you by saying, come on. And he fights free and, fucks the demon thing up, ends up sticking the axe inside, like on one of its like necks, and then gets out of there. And she's like, I'm sorry. And he's like, did you get the egg? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, then don't say sorry, dummy. And then he hits her, and she's like, I'm sorry. And so she gets back home, and begins to perform the spell, which she has, the circle and put all this shit in there, and the picture of Joyce, and she has to make an omelet from the egg and eat 2 bites of it, and she's going mecca lecca hi, mecca honey ho, and we cut to the dorm room of Wills and Tears, and Willow has started a journal, and Tara's like, "That's weird. Aren't you like 20?" And she's like, "Yeah, is there some kind of age limit on fucking journals?" And Tara's like, "Frankly, yeah. Once you turn 18, you're not allowed to have a journal anymore." And so Willow cuts herself, and Tara laughs. And no, but no, she just says ever since Joyce's death, she's kind of realized that, life is short and things go by quickly sometimes. So she just wants to start writing stuff down. And Tara's like, "Okay, well, that's fucking weird, but whatever." And then this just seems unlikely to me, but from like all the way across the room, and for no reason, Tara's like, "We have a missing book from our bookshelf." And Willow's like, "Do we though?" And Tara's like, "No, forget it." No, she gets up and she's like, "Where's the history of magic and blah, blah, blah." And Willow does a terrible job for a really long time about lying and saying, it's just horrible. And yet Tara buys it all. Like Tara is like the most naive dum-dum that's ever lived.
She's either buying it all or she just doesn't want to call Willow out on her bullshit.
Yeah, that could be. Maybe she's just being nice. But she kind of puts it all together and realizes what Dawn's about to do. And she's like, "I got to call the buffet." And Willow's like, "Do you though? Because I don't think that any of this could be happening." And Tara's like, "Will you shut up, bitch?" And so then we cut back to the Summers house, and Buffy discovers Dawn doing the spell just as she's kind of finished, basically. And they start arguing, which works its way downstairs and blah, blah, blah. And Dawn's like, "You better do this scene because it's all emotional and shit. And yeah, you better do this scene."
So they're arguing, and Dawn's basically telling Buffy like, how she feels that she doesn't care that their mom died, and that Buffy's just been running around like it's been one big chore. And she says Buffy hasn't even cried and keeps pushing her away, whether she means to or not. And tells Buffy that she's just been cleaning up Joyce's mess, and Buffy slaps her like
that's not even us being ha 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 James and Jerry.
Yeah, no.
She slaps the shit up.
Yeah, and then breaks down herself, and we get it's kind of this scene's kind of intermingled with shots of Joyce's feet like walking, and Buffy kind of lets everything out on Dawn, and she's like, I've been keeping myself busy, so that I don't really have to deal with the whole thing, and I've been running around and working at all this because if I stop, then it makes it all real, and Mom's really gone. And at which point we see a figure pass the window in the living room, and then a knock at the door, and Buffy whips around and heads toward the door, calling out for her mom, very similar to how she did when she found Joyce's body a few episodes ago. And as Buffy's racing towards the door, Dawn finally realizes that she's made a huge mistake. And as Buffy reaches for the door to pull it open, Dawn rips the picture of Joyce apart and the door opens, and there's nothing there. And Dawn approaches Buffy there in the doorway, and they hug and crumple to the ground, crying together. And that's our episode.
It is credits and scene.
And scene. Fun little fact. This is the last time we will see Giles's sweet pimp pad.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, yeah. And we really only saw a little tiny itty bitty corner of it.
Yep. Jeremy, would you like to play everyone's favorite game, Body Count?
No.
Okay, then.
Let's see. None. There were none.
One asterisk. The Gora demon.
We don't know that it died.
And then technically Joyce again.
No, that definitely doesn't count because she died last episode.
Listen, this is how it is, pal. All right?
No. And we definitely, matter of fact, I would fight to the death saying that Gora demon's not dead. It doesn't fall down.
The script says the Gora demon is dead.
Did it show it on screen?
The script says.
Did it show it?
The script
on
says,
screen.
The answer to body count this week is 2 asterisks. Okay?
Bro, Jeremy wins.
Jeremy loses.
You get nothing, sir. Good
You get
day.
nothing. Yes. Our music this week, splendid with Tomorrow Will Wake, Cream, Tales of Brave Ulysses, which is the song that Giles was listening to.
Yep.
Peter and the Wolf, hummed by Doc. Thomas Wanker with The Funeral, and our original score, as always. Jeremy.
Yes, sir?
Would you please tell me and our loyal audience, on our sliding scale of 1 to 5, how many triumphant angel returns do you give this episode?
I don't know. Was it really a triumphant angel return?
Shut up! Shut up!
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. Oy. I'm gonna give it a 3. 2. 3. I'll give it a 3. I don't know. I don't know, man. This episode, this is probably the weirdest episode I've ever tried to rate. Ever. And I don't know why. But it's like, it neither bugged me, nor did it, like, grab me by the short and curlies. It was just kind of there for me. So I'm trying to rate it more like not on like my own personal feelings, but more on like how it was written, shot, so yeah, I'll go 3. I don't think it was a very important episode, honestly. It seems a little weak for the episode to immediately follow Joyce's death. I'm not even sure what else they could have done to. I don't know. It's just a weird episode for me, and again, it's not bad. It didn't grab me. It just kind of is. It's like a filler episode in the middle of like important stuff. Like, it's so weird. Yeah, it's just a strange episode for me, and I'm not gonna prattle on about it, but yeah, I think I'll stick with a 3. It's above average. But I just kind of felt a little about it, like meh. Yeah, I guess that was an episode. So, yeah. Anyway, Yeah, that's my final thoughts. James.
Yes, sir.
On our sliding scale of 1 to 5, how many packets of Smarties would you give this episode? And give us your final thoughts.
Well, I wouldn't give anybody Smarties because no one deserves to have that shoved upon them. That's a shame.
Get
Get
jealous, nerd.
I'm not jealous. I can't stand Smarties.
Because you're a nerd.
I give this 3 packs of Smarties. I'm with you. Well, with you, but also not. Like it's not a bad episode.
Totally disagree.
Right. It's not a bad episode by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, and I do think it's important. But it's not important to our A story. So it's a filler episode, but at the same time, it's not a filler episode because it's important to it pretty much ties up, for lack of a better term, the B story from this season, which is Joyce is sick, and now Joyce is dead, and now Joyce is gone. You know, so I think it is an important episode, just not to our main A story for the season. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. I like it. I like it as an episode. It's got some good character moments in it. So yeah, it's a 3. I did forget to mention too, before we got into everything, that this is the last time we will see our 2 main characters on screen together for quite.
Because for those that don't know, in real life, shortly after this, David Boreanaz died in a fire.
Yes. But yeah, no, this is the last time we will see our 2 main characters on screen together.
Yeah.
So.
No one cares.
I care, damn it. I love Buffy and Angel. So something else I forgot. I wanted to mention when we were covering that scene, and I forgot, is as much as I do ship Buffy and Angel, I felt like the kiss was unnecessary.
Yeah, it almost seemed. I think that was audience.
It was fan service.
Yeah, it was fan service because
I would have been I would have been just as satisfied with him just showing up for her and them
like she
sitting together all night.
They sit together and she cuddles up to him, and because they have a lifelong love that will never end. But yeah, I think they didn't need to start tongue boning.
Right. I think it's a good scene that shows that they're both growing. They have grown, but they still have this very deep affection for each other,
and always will. Yeah.
And always will. And yeah, the kiss just kind of takes something away from that for me.
Kind of did. Yeah, but again, I think Marty Noxon, I think she kind of was like, listen, we got to have a Buffy and Angel kiss,
Right. It's fan service.
Probably because more fans would have been shitty had they not. They would have been like, "What?
Right.
You had them together and they didn't even kiss." Ah! They'd had a rage, and
Right.
You know how that goes.
Hey Jeremy.
Yes.
Could you tell me about BuffyRevisited.com?
I mean, I could, but I'm not gonna, because fuck you.
All right, then. How about if you just send us out, then?
Okay, so yeah, that's our website. It takes you to basically a landing page that has links to all of our stuff. Our email address, which is buffyrevisited@gmail.com. Also, the link to the actual audio podcast itself, as well as a link to our YouTube page, where, check this, If you were to go there right now, you would be watching this right at this very moment right now.
What?
I know. It's hard to wrap. It's Inception. It's Buffy Inception is what it is.
That's wow.
It
I
mind
can't
fucks you upside down is what it does.
It's practically hanging me by my balls from the ceiling.
And slapping you in the taint.
Yeah.
That's what it does. That's how we roll.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, and then it also gives you a link to our Facebook page where you can, and on the Facebook page, on the YouTube videos, you can leave comments, suggestions, you can curse us out, you can whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to say, whatever you want to do. Well, I mean, I guess as long as it's within the terms of service for YouTube and Facebook, but
Sure.
within those confines, you can say whatever you want, and we won't care because we never check it.
I check it.
Well, James does, and if there's anything worth the fuck, he'll let me know. Otherwise, he doesn't bother me with such prattling nonsense. Wow. Anyway, yeah. So that's how you can get with us and get up on it, as they would say. But end of the day, that's how you get with us. All right, and I'm done buying time now. So,
I don't even know why you were buying time.
I had to pull something up. So yeah. Thanks for joining us this week. Guess what's coming up next week, James? I just take a wild guess.
Is it? Hold on. Let me.
Okay. Karnak.
Yes. Only a small select group will understand the reference. Is it? Is it Buffy season 5 episode 18 Intervention?
Hey, there you go. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba.
You couldn't even hit the fucking applause button for me, huh?
Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Yeah. Next week will be season 5, episode 18, Intervention. Meet us there, folks, because if you don't, fuck you.
We will skull fuck you. Wait, what?
Skull fuck you. And I don't like that. Anyway, until then, I've been one of your hosts. I'm Jeremy.
I'm your other host, James.
Ta-ta.